All right, TonyScapone here, live with the Epic Storm. We're going to be playing some Paradoxical Outcome Mono Blue today, my favorite deck currently. But just give us a few minutes, as usual, to get the word out, and then we'll get to some gameplay. See you in a minute. All right, TonyScapone here, and yes, we get to play some Paradoxical Outcome. This is all I've been doing, about 90% to 95% MTG related, what I've been doing for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months straight now, maybe even longer. It is super powerful. It is a ton of fun. This is what I'm going to be bringing to Eternal Weekend. Maybe not verbatim. It's still a work in progress, but we are in the late stages of fine-tuning. I am on an outrageous streak right now. I am 16-1 with this list currently. 16-1. Absolutely insane. Deck is humming, and I'm super excited to be able to play it tonight on the Epic Storm. Quick rundown. We are drawing a ton of cards. We have a number of combos that allow us to draw our deck on the spot and win. That being Emry with Paradox Engine. Doesn't really take all that much to go infinite there, whether you want to be looping spell bombs or just drawing a bajillion cards with the One Ring. Of course, if you have the One Ring and Engine, it does much in the same. Or sometimes you just wind up hitting a really big PO and chaining POs. If you manage to hit a reservoir, it really doesn't take all that much to just wind up with a lethal reservoir. So, yes, this is the list that I've won, that I'm 16-1 with currently, verbatim. So yeah, I mean, when we're not comboing off like that, we are just drawing a bunch of extra cards, right? Like Thoughtcast, Thought Monitor, we're doing the 8-cast thing with Baubles. It's super efficient. We draw a ton of cards. Just having access to Force of Will and Sagas and lots of artifacts and some utility stuff is just already a recipe for success. And then moving on to the sideboard, we got some extra forces. We have some removal. We have some graveyard stuff. That's about it. It's pretty straightforward, but it is super powerful. And at this point, we are very well tuned. So I would expect success. Let's keep this going. Let's make it 21-1, huh? That would be insane. Absolutely insane. So just want to take a second to thank, of course, our sponsors, both Moxfield and Card Hoarder. And, of course, my own plug here. I have my own YouTube. I stream on Twitch as well, and I have a Patreon, all TonyScapone. So just search TonyScapone, and you will find me. So check out this token pack, and then we're going to jump into it with round 1.
Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and Mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game.
Oh, sorry. So it is searching currently. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So there are probably some things that you may wind up asking questions about on the list, of which I will have very particular answers, because it's been quite the wild ride to get to some of these choices that we have. But for now, let's play some Magic. We can talk about it as we go. We're in round 1 here against Matt Chow. We've won the die roll, always a good thing. You'll be able to see the storm count, right? It should be lined up accordingly. Excellent. Okay, so we can go turn 1 key, start making Saga tokens. We don't have Force of Will, and we don't really have a ring, but we have a route to a lot of Saga tokens, and then we're going to start drawing cards. So I will keep this. It's slow and steady. Why only 1 Thought Monitor? Well, it's kind of the 5th Thought Cast. The more of that type of card that you play, the clunkier it does get. The deck could support 6, but it doesn't necessarily want a 6th one. Thought Monitor is not always easy to pull off, so 1 ensures that you are only going to draw 1 max. But it has some additional synergy. Obviously, being an artifact itself, being able to pick it up with PO can be big game. Opponent is going to ponder off of a Tundra. Okay, that's good for us. Tundra Ponder is definitely good for us. And they shuffled. That's also good. Ooh, drawing the 1 ring. I like that. All right, let's go Ancient Tomb and just pass. See what OP's up to. Volcanic. Could be Jeskai. Could be like Hot Band, 4-color. We are getting our constructs in. Romox. Not sure. I want to make more. If I don't make more, I could go 1 ring into Thoughtcast. Even if 1 ring gets countered, which it probably will. I do want to cast the, well, I'm going to say you do want to cast these in front of Narset sometimes. You can get these out of your hand before then. But if we make more tokens, we're more likely to pressure a Narset. Like, Narset doesn't really matter if you have large constructs in play. If we make another one, then we can get an Opal and cast Thoughtcast, but then we're not doing much with this Tomb. Yeah, I'm not going to. You can also get Spellbomb. Then we don't have blue for Thoughtcast unless we imprint PO, which I don't necessarily want to do. I am just going to go for Opal here. And let's go Saga 1 ring. Ooh, Spell Pierce. That stinks. Okay. I guess punished for playing Saga, but I mean, you can't really play around Spell Pierce these days. You can, but I guess it's very rarely correct. Like, I think getting Saga online is more important than the off chance that they have Spell Pierce. We are seeing it a little bit more these days, but generally speaking, it is still pretty rare. Yeah, we got in there with Thoughtcast. I like that. Drew into the One Ring. Didn't get swords. Now go ahead and bobble. Swords on top. But they still can't, like, if they Narset, then it gets blown up. You can't swords and Narset, which is very important here. Yeah. And draw Emry. Interesting. Let's attack. We could potentially wind up getting more damage, but I would rather get them to flinch on this. Which they didn't. Play the One Ring plus Emry. Emry, they swords it, but then it's a swords that's not going to hit the construct. We can also Emry pass. And cast PO in response to, like, a Narset. What we can't do is we cannot cast one of our big spells plus make a construct, which is what I want to do, but we can't. So I guess I'm going Emry. I really don't love that, though. I guess I don't need it, because then we can get Pyrite Spellbomb off of the Saga if we need to pressure a Narset. Yeah, let's go Seat of the Synod. Emry. It's in, they're gonna swords it. I don't want it to hit an Aetherflux Reservoir. Okay, good. And we'll just pass here. Swords Emry, as expected. There's the Narset, as discussed. So this is fine, because we're going to have two constructs. What's up, D. Allen? How you doing? Because at best here, they're going to get something that kills this construct. Then we're just making more. They're just treading water over there. All right. Kill that one. We make another one. And then we're going to have two, like, Moss counter spells, and they only have 4 cards in hand. Grim Monolith would be nice. Oh. Oh, we just have lethal, actually. Right? Because we can make a construct, get Spellbomb, play Seat. It's 1, 2, 3, it's an 8/8, and then Spellbomb them. Okay. Seems good. Nobody expects the Pyrite Spellbomb. Got him. Cheeky. Never mind the PO and One Ring we had in hand, right? Okay. I will say, Jeskai is not... it's an okay matchup, but it took some different deck construction. Like before we had Pyroblast and Spellbomb, we were definitely struggling. It put us in the spot where like we wanted more forces so that we could counter Narset and Teferi, but if a Teferi ever resolved, then you just have all these forces in your deck that don't do anything. So, it's been nice to have Pyroblast, for sure. Hydroblast. It's Meltdown. Airlingus. Pyroblast. That's enough to play it. I can probably trim one Force of Will. I don't think we necessarily need Repeal. I mean, sure, it bounces in our set, but I think Pyroblast is just better. Fine swap. I reduce Emry. I don't mind having access to it, but we're not really going to be able to overload them on Emry. I'd rather just largely blank their swords. Asian Raven form, no. Guess we want Haywire Might. They have Deafening Silence. Let's see. We'll probably trim Chrome Mox. Pretty bad against Pending. I don't mind Spellbomb. Worst case, it draws a card. I want the 3 POs. Out of War is nice, but I don't think I want to go up on land. Needle is, you know, meh. Yeah, let's try this. It has like all of our awkward one-ofs. It's not terrible though. I'm gonna keep this. We can do better, but this matchup isn't always about just like having the nut hand. I don't want to go down a card. I do, however, want to draw up something. I mean, even if it's just like a bauble. I feel like if I can cast this Thoughtcast on turn 2, we're in fine shape. But I also feel like the worst scenario that is somewhat likely to happen is if we draw dead and then we just have to wait for a Saga to pop off. Could they do things that create a worse scenario? Sure. But generally speaking, that's oh. Okay. I don't think I want to fight over this. Especially with a Haywire Might. It might just destroy Skuldra. Or Exiles it, to be more accurate. Come on. Bobble, Petal. Alright. It's worst case scenario. We drew 2 top end action pieces. Which is only which is less than a third of our deck. But still a good chance of it just being fine with this Saga popping off. That's worse for us than it looks. I'm actually going to fight over this. They'd probably fight back, but if they're fighting back, they would have fought back over anything, right? I guess I'd rather just have the thought casts. Can't get dazed. Double dazed, sure. Yeah, they're fighting back. Pitching daze. Like, I don't care too much about the Haywire Might. I just need an artifact. Come on. I guess I'll take a tomb. Not really. Oh, this is where I wish I had that Chromox. This is actually why you want Chromox. Alright, so that means we're getting Petal. Playing Tomb. Playing Opal. Announcing. Playing 2. Okay. Oh. Well, I had double force. We missed on like 2 60% draws. Still have a chance here, but most likely going to game 3. Okay. So we certainly have the ability to just win. Depending on what we draw here. Any 0 drop. That's assuming they don't wind up with something. Are on low resources. 3 cards. Right, we go to 3. Oh. I had a couple more life points to work with. I guess we have... Maybe I shouldn't have played that yet, but... We can go... Aetherflux... Sure. Yeah, that was not the greatest hand, and then we drew 2 consecutive worst possibles. That's alright. Given that they have days, do we want to change anything? I guess fire isn't too bad. Repeal is good against Cauldra. Force. Otawara is pretty good against Cauldra. I haven't seen Wasteland. Maybe I want another Otawara. Try this. Okay. This is not bad. Seat and pass. You know what's killing me are these spell pierces. Ew, that's pretty good. Could just not cast Monolith yet. I think I'm in for that. Then we can start making tokens, and then things are gonna start looking real good. Just don't want to see a hate piece. Like, we could have played Ancient Tomb so that we could float mana and bounce a Null Rod, but that's fine. I get Cauldra, and we have the perfect answer for it. Oh, yeah. The perfect answer. Ooh, or we can just protect a 1-ring. It's pretty dirty. Let's do it. Very nice, Force of Will. Raise you a Pyroblast. Are we getting in? You not have double force twice in a row, thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Okay. Now we could have tapped Saga so that we'd have a blue up for repeal, but honestly, I mean, they can't hit us because of the 1-ring trigger. Okay. It looks like we've won the game. Untapping with the 1-ring tends to be quite potent. What is this? Nothing? Classic. Surgical? What are you doing? Okay. You got me. I don't think it's worth making a thing. We're probably just going to win right now. Maybe I should have popped the ring first. Let's go manifold key. Oh. Tap the ring. Draw. Ooh, baby. The Haywire Might. I'm just gonna pass. Don't really think there's much reason to do anything. That's fine. Your Cauldra is still really bad here. And we're gonna draw a cool 9 next turn. Casual 9er. Not even putting it in. What are you doing? What you doing over there? Getting in for 1. Passing? Is this a hull breacher? Like what? What could this possibly be? No, just classic nothing. Time to draw the deck. Alright, no engine, no PO. Oh, there's a key. Key to victory. This is just going to be a natural reservoir. Oh, there's a PO. Go tomb. Reservoir. Alright, OP. I promise you, I've got some spells. I have got some spells to cast. Get him with the flux. Get fluxed, OP. Alright, we got him. That was sweet. Little grindy match. Alright, we are 1-0. Change that on the record before I forget. Okie doke. I'll see you in round 2.
Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks.
The One Ring is, in fact, bonkers. Yes, this is true. Very much true. Right, that 16-1 streak is now a 17-1 streak. We're streaking in 2023. Alright, we have found our round 2 opponent, Winged Hussar. And our hand is okay. I will be, yes. I will be taking this to Eternal Weekend. That is the plan, at least. You lose to what? Are you asking me, like, what are bad matchups? Okay, so they mulled to 5. Bobble. Has the Chromox been trading us? Reasonably well. Bobble passed. Okay. The Chromox is quite good here, I must say. I'm going to draw 2 instead of playing Emry. This key is probably better. Turn 1 Thoughtcast action. Ew. No lands. They're on Delver. Well, can't wasteland me. One match that you lost. It was for which deck? Oh, I lost to Reanimator. Alright, they still don't have lands. Pretty good for us. Play Saga. Maybe I should have repealed first. I think I want to repeal. Okay. That's fine. Let's get some material on the board, huh? No use doing this on my turn. Pass it over. You. Seal of removal. Wow. And they're just off it. And we were going to draw into... Yeah, that was going to get graphic. Delver, Bobble. It's had some really bad hands. Okay, we want Pyroblast. We want the Ottawaras. We want Fire and Ice. We want Hydroblast. We want Raven Form. We want to trim on forces. Trim potentially all the way down on POs. I think I've been doing. Tough to say though. Trim a Bobble. I guess without PO, Monolith isn't quite as good. I'm okay with trimming 1. Yeah, we'll keep this. On the ones you tested so far. Yes, by far. By far. The deck is humming as initially intended at this point. Now it's, you know, get the reps in, get the exact particulars of sideboarding. You know, maybe you find that some matchup, there's one thing that's overboarded and you're in need of something else in a different matchup, and tweak it slightly. See how things turn out. bobble. These. Play a petal. Monolith. I'm just gonna get both of these there. It's a little bit awkward. Really hoping to find some action. Lands aren't the worst, but... So PL when it was in standard and tried as hard as you could to make it work. 13 was fun for F&M, but really slow, of course, yeah. More Storm and Paper and people having incidental Mindbreak Trap for this deck? No, absolutely not. There's not more Storm and Paper. Ew. Huh. I think we're supposed to just imprint Hydroblast at this point. If they Pyroblast Thought Monitor, that's bad. If we do it the other way around, we're blowing both petals. Three, four, you know what? Just do this. Ding, here comes the Pyroblast. Okay. Alright, suddenly feeling a lot better about this situation. Now we can counter Meltdown with Pyroblast back up. We're gonna Seek the Beast. I don't think we could afford to counter this. That's a Collect Roof. Oy. Yikes. Gonna Brainstorm. Definitely Pyroblasting. Really hoping they just don't have a second land. I doubt it, but, you know. Comes that oof. Big oof. Okay. Big trouble. Alright, that's one of the cards I needed. The problem is we didn't wind up drawing into any action, so even if we unlock ourselves, we don't have follow-up. It's entirely possible you're just supposed to mulligan the hand that we had. OP. And that's the beauty of running 3 Otawara, is despite it being legendary, you actively want to draw them in multiples, because they help cast the other in the face of something like a Collect Roof. Okay. Well, I am going to play it. Alright. Is, but the other one's going to get wastelanded. I mean, maybe not. They might hold on to the Wasteland for Saga, because Saga is like one of the only ways they could potentially lose. But that might not be all that true now that they have a Murktide. Okay, now we have follow-up. We can't do it this turn, right? I mean, the One Ring is just not enough. I need to end step it. I need a lot of things to go right in that case, actually. Alright. I think we do actually have to do this. It's too easy for them to just kill me. Definitely hydroblasting that. Okay. We're alive. But not for long. Sweet. Still can't stop. Still can't stop this collector roof. Or One Ring, I guess. We needed was Raven form, not Otawara. So we need for them to still not wasteland us. Draw Raven form. Don't counter it. It's a meltdown. Okay. Hmm. They got us. Oh. The 2, 4, 7. Jump, die. Okay. Yeah. Alright, game 3. Oofa. I think I'm actually interested in one more force. Hmm. A lot of Saga. Let's go. Pull. Pull. Pull, pull. Land on top. I'm just going to use these. No wasteland. Delver, fine. Storm on top, okay. Very nice is nice. Was that Awara? Alright. Doom and pass. Flip. Cast their brainstorm. Probably play Misty. No wasteland, no wasteland, no wasteland, no wasteland. Wasteland. Didn't play Misty. I'm gonna assume they shuffled it. Make a thing. That's pretty good. Make another thing. Bolt. No. Okay. Let's get Spellbomb. Spellbomb is 4 artifacts. Can't cast Thought Monitor. If I get Key, play Saga, go Monolith. 3, 4, 5 artifacts. 3, 2, untap. Then I can play Thought Monitor. 1 floating. So if they have Daze, they probably just Daze Grim Monolith. I think I'm not casting spells, I'm just playing, getting Spellbomb. Play Saga. Play Saga. Back for 4. Pass it over. The concerning thing for me is Meltdown here. Don't have Force, Hydroblast, Spellbomb over Key. Because I want to kill this Delver. Take the pressure off. Wasteland. So full of mana. Okay. It means no Meltdown, so that's good. Okay, so let's go Island. Monolith. The artifacts, let's go. Thought monitor. I'm gonna force it. Oh. Switching force, okay. Does make it so we can't cast Thought Cast, so that's something. Oh. Kind of annoying. This game, Brainstorm. Four cards, Wasteland is annoying. Four. That's a good one. Really good one. Thought Cast. I'm not going to play Ottawara yet. Might want to make use of it also if we draw Saga. Oh. Huh? I only have 2 cards. I guess just playing this. In for 4. Should ice them. I think it's worth it. They're off it. Wow. Nice. We persevered. We are 2-0, making the streak to 18-1 now. This deck is just crushing. All right, see you in round 3.
With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/deck.
So yeah, it's definitely a game against tempo, but I've been just winning. Like a lot of the times it's not close. That was close. We're definitely in a couple spots where Meltdown would have been really good against us, but we still had some game there, even if they melted us down. But it would have been a lot closer. All right, 2-0, round 3 against Seawatch. And we get an opener with force. Double force if they're relying on discard to get through it. Like, double force with only 3 blue cards isn't nothing, right? It's better. Not quite double force, but... we'll keep. I mean, having access to Force, Saga, Ancient Tomb, Emry is nice, and is well-rounded. Okay. Would go turn 1 Emry. Yeah, I'm going to. Worst case, it gets dazed or bolted. Like neither. If they had forced it, I would have forced back. But I don't think I'm gonna force like bolt. No bolt. Drop, brainstorm. Sure. So far so good. I would have liked to have hit like a bobble, but I don't mind grabbing pedal. Is this the same deck? Still running 3 Preordain plus Spellbomb. Oh yeah. Alright, bolts. Have our first major decision. I'm gonna go ahead and force. Do you have days? They do. Alright. Let's hope we can get there with Saga tokens. More lands, please. Now, you could make an argument we should have just held force for a time that we weren't playing into days. But the upside was pretty high if we kept Emry there. Beans, sure. Beans, beans, beans. Plus, them picking up a land is not free. Now we got big tokens coming in. Bobble. I think we're just drawing cards here. Hold the Otawara. It might come up. You got some big boys. Hold these. Yeah, just gonna hold these. Get in with some 5/5s. Ooh. Loch doesn't really change. I just don't want it like they're holding some forces and they have to draw cards to get out of this. You actually just don't want to cast spells. I feel like petty theft is probably most likely here. Them just passing. And again, them forcing a spell bomb is pretty sweet. Let's go. Yep. Pitching days, okay. Let's get in. Did have it. Right. 4. Darcy. 1/1. I got a 4/4. 3 cards. I really just want to draw an artifact. Seed of the Synod would probably be perfect. Is a Murktide. Love to be able to bounce this. Honestly, 3 cards though. I should probably just be bobbling at this point. Force negation on top. Another beanstalk in their hand. Monolith. Alright. Very good. Very good. Deep do I want to go? If I save key, I can use it for 1 ring. Peace. Very nice. Oh. Okay. Opal. Bubble. Almost lethal. Emry. Seat, Saga, Petal, 1 ring. And only a force negation. Draw Bauble. Another Darcy, and then probably Beans. Sure. So, presumably they have a blue card in hand. But maybe not. They're 1 ring. Let's draw 3. What is the play here? Oh, Manifold Key unblockable. That's the play. See if it gets in. Have to counter this. He said, turns out the ring draws more cards than beans. Okay. probably draw some cards in response. Force, but no blue card, huh? I just win with Aetherflux. Force, did they pitch the force negation? Okay. Yeah, they had to have. All right, how do we play this? We play one ring. We counter it. Still have. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total. Let's go. Reservoir. I will be upset if they have yet another force. Come on, man. Unreal. Think we're still gonna wind up winning, honestly. This one. This. Attacking. Oh. We lose the bolt. Still have lethal though with manifold key. 3 unknowns. Digging for bolt. Dig, dig. Ugh. Bottom, bottom, bottom. No bolt. Fetch. This is another cantrip. Activate bauble. Right, they have to attack. Draw a card. Don't take damage. And they found it. Yep. That was wild. Okay, so again, we want Blast, we want Otawara. Oh yeah, I want Fire and Ice. Sayware might worth it. Even form. Hydroblast. Amount of force. Not sure Haywire Might's worth it. Off PO. Down a Monolith. Down a Bauble. Romux. It's possible I just paid too much life there. The odds of them, what, they had three random draws to draw yet another force. They even drew 2 forces. They forced pitching force. Turn 1 ring. Sand is kind of all in, but here for it. Oh yeah. We are in there. Direct OP. Force 2. Contemplating scooping or... Under in this economy? Sure. And they shuffled. Let's draw some cards. Emry's not bad. Cast. Okay. This land is annoying. To draw some mana, please. And a blue card. Okay. This could actually be rough. They drop like a null rod with force or days backup, we're in trouble. Anything with the word key in it? I'll take key. Feel a lot better if we had double force or pyroblast backup, but you can draw any lands, petals, ovals. Kind of crazy. It's like half of our deck, and we drew 3 cards. All right, what's going on here, OP? What's going on? So, when you look at a list like this, you might say, Tony, that is way too few blue cards, right? It's 2, 5, 8, 16, which is a very low blue count, but we draw a ton of cards. And although I would love... Oh, they cast Null Rod! I would love to have more blue cards. Oh my god. Died. It's in the graveyard. Right. The deck just runs so smooth the way that it's configured. Okay. So it's kind of just the cost of doing business. That's... I want to hold up Force and Pyroblast. And draw 4. Draw 4 now. No, I'd rather have Pyroblast up around days, and then I can panic button draw 4. It is, yes, actively. It's just a better card for the deck, and it does the same thing as Ballista in terms of the combo. Alright, I've got an itch on my knee. Like, Ballista was so that we could win on the spot, and we could beat them despite there being a ring activation, because you can just ping them on their upkeep. But both of those things are still true for Reservoir. But it can kill with fewer resources. Like, you can hit a PO for 4 or 5, pick up your cards and the cards you draw, play Reservoir, and just kill them without like drawing the entire deck. And just the life gain is really good. You'll notice between Ancient Tombs and our 1 rings, our life total goes right down to nothing, like very quickly. Okay. Game seems pretty over to me. Doom. Mana. Reservoir. In there. It's like, even if we don't kill them here, which we're going to, all this life gain is just so much to deal with. Let's go key. Let's draw 6. Need some more life. Peel and Opal. We play Opal. Spellbomb. And kill you. Alright, game 3. Do I want the full 4? Maybe I just do. Maybe I don't want Fire and Ice. They're not playing Bowmaster, and it's not going to kill a Collector Roof because we don't have any natural red sources. I think it's an error that I've been playing this against Rug. Okay. Sanders really wants an opal. They're bobble. I think I'm just supposed to pass here. I mean, if they null rod and we don't draw force, that's gonna suck. We want to at least draw mana if we're not going to draw force. On. Not like this, man. Those were horrendous draws. Like most of our deck is mana. We just... Nah. Nah. That's right. Desperately need an Ancient Tomb at this point. I mean, you could say it was a loose keep, but if we just draw even like one land there, we would have been fine. Would have played Monolith. Then we'd be threatening a 1-ring with Pyroblast backup. Alright, Ancient Tomb, please. Really bad. Beans, sure. Ancient Tomb, please. Box open. Sure. I mean, we're still not dead, but we're just never gonna draw mana. I guess we drew opal, right? Booty. Booty. Alright. Booty's in. Ancient Tomb. Yeah. Listen, it was bound to happen, alright? We're 18-1. At some point, you're going down. We still have a shot. We must draw Ancient Tomb, like, now. Please. please. No more top end. All right. Little bit late. More days, please. We already saw that one. I mean, you have to go in. Fire Blast. Of course. Of course. I mean, you could play Saga and pass. Hope they don't have Wasteland. Just all of it. It is turn 7. Do we have an out? Do not believe we have an out. Okay, we have lost. We've dropped down to 18-2. Oh no. It's alright. We're 2-1. I will see you in round 4. I just gotta use the restroom real quick. So let's see which one of these. Be right back.
Want early access to articles at theepicstorm.com? Become a member of our Patreon to get articles 7 days early, on top of other sweet benefits, and help us pay our website team. You can sign up at patreon.com/theepicstorm. The best legacy podcast? That would be Eternal Glory, featuring myself, Bryant Cook, alongside Brian Koval and Phil Gallagher. We're available on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
Alright. Looks like we have our round 4 opponent. Antiox. We've won the die roll. And you could say that match had some loose keeps, maybe. I could accept that argument. I stuck. Alright. This one I will keep. Let's go. Beat. Spellbomb. Bobble. And I'm going to hold on to this bauble. I'll power up this Thoughtcast. If I have to force, then I'll use it. Okay. Like we're playing against Scam. Interesting to see if they take Thoughtcast or Monolith. Probably Thoughtcast, right? Kind of have to. Get this bauble in before Bowmasters hits. Force. Animate right now. Wonder. I guess I'm holding bauble then. Must have a daze, but if we hit like petal, bauble, opal, I'm gonna play around daze. Itch on my nose. I don't know what to do. Let's do want to play around Bowmasters, so I think I'm gonna play Saga and just cast this Thoughtcast. Or Bowmasters is around. As expected, it does take them off of Bowmaster. So hold the bauble. Now if they want to wasteland us, they have no lands. Which is part of the reason more often, probably more often than your average player, I play into days. There are some benefits that just come with it. Bauble here. Fatal Push in their hand. Take my Monolith. Draw. Okay. There is that, which obviously you get there if they don't have it. You also get the information that they don't have it, so it reveals and helps for later turns. They could draw into it. They could just really not want to pick up a land and they're slamming like a Null Rod or something like that. There are spots where just because they didn't daze your thing doesn't necessarily mean they don't have it, but it's still valuable information. Alright, so they found a wasteland and they have a push. So we really like to find something here. Really sucks that they found that wasteland. So just so we're clear here, our opponent has had, it wasn't turn 1 Grief and Reanimate, but they did have turn 1 Grief with Daze backup into Reanimate Wasteland. And they still have 4 cards, and yet I think we're in an okay position, provided we don't just whiff on draws here. The big question is, are we cashing in this Spellbomb? We don't have red. I think we're going to need to draw a card, in which case I want to do it now before they play a Bowmasters. Draw a Thoughtcast. I'm going to want to cast it. The doctor ordered. What's up, Sandwich? Obviously not a great draw. Still 4 cards, because nothing costs cards or mana in this deck. Everything is free all the time. Alright. Bobble. 2, 4. I guess we just play Ottawa at this point. Cast Force of Will. I'll play Chrome Box. We're gonna Fatal Push here. Except they have Bowmasters, they're not gonna Fatal Push. I should have played it. There's not really a blue card that we would draw that I would want to imprint, so I probably should have just played it. Coming Bowmasters. I would very much like to counter this. Can we just not have all of it, please? Just one time. They have all of it. Every time. Okay. Yeah. So, they have 3 cards. They hit us. And what, they jump? Sure. Still have a Fatal Push. I mean, I think we're going to wind up having to cash in this bauble and hope that we hit a ring. Really think there's a way around that? I mean, just, you know, drawing the 1 ring off of 1 draw is a way around it, but... Oh, nice. Who are you, Sandwich? I am the local Sandwich. Only play in real life. Well, when you said I'm going to FNM, I assumed you meant my FNM. Because sometimes local friends pop in and tend to say that. But you may just mean your FNM. It is fun. I assume that you're not one of the locals nearby my FNM. I mean, Saga's good. I think it might be too late. Yeah. 3 cards. Got a 5/5. This could work out. Hit up your LGS. How is online? How is it? It is accessible and very competitive. It's pretty difficult to level up without playing it. If you're not playing Moto, you're probably destined to not be quite as good as, you know, someone who does grind Moto. Generally speaking. You just get a lot of exposure to some of the best players in the world. Whoa. Okay. That is Super Menace. So constructs don't really do it for us now. You know, it's funny that Manifold Key is lethal. Can I just draw it, please? One time. Okay. I mean, honestly, we can just find the 1 ring. And we stay alive, and then we can get Manifold Key off of Urza Saga, and they die. So let's find that, please. that's good enough. Island, go. Reservoir. We gain 3, we go to 5. We make a thing. We're dead. Jump. You get in, sure. Needed to draw the ring there. Couldn't come up with one. Alright, Pyroblast. We do want fire for Bowmasters. One Ottawaras. One Raven form. Will trim a force. I'll come off of PO, which means I'll come off of a Monolith. Fine with just trimming a bauble. Do I always play Legacy? What do you mean? Pretty much, I guess, is a good way to answer that question. Sure. Yeah, I think it's the best. It is what I play almost exclusively. I played some Modern in the past. Played EDH when the format like first came out, way back when. I do play a fair amount of Vintage Cube, I will say that. And on occasion I play actual Vintage. I might play Vintage at Eternal Weekend. My buddy is letting me borrow a like one of the Bazaar decks. They don't play Power. He actually has a set of Power, but he's playing with it. But I'm fortunate enough to have an LGS that has Legacy FNM and Wednesday night FNM and monthlies. Oh, very old school. This shirt is from like the 90s. Like literally. It's authentic. It's not some, you know, old looking shirt that you get off of Amazon. I have a couple of those too. But this one was given to me by my older brother. Yeah, let's play Seat. Okay. Probably have Dress Down. But make some tokens. Make some more tokens. Then we get Spellbomb. Play Saga. Attack for 6. Totally get into MTG online. Guess I'm just in a phase to meet people. Yeah, the Gathering is a serious part of Magic, right? Vapor Snag? What? Okay, you got it. That was awesome. I don't think I want to walk into Days here. Higher State of Louisiana has 2 Legacy tournaments a year, and 1 sanction allows proxies. Cool. Well, very small amount, but Ponder short. Going to start drawing some cards. They shuffled land, 5 cards in hand. Okay. Draw. That's pretty good. Not hate that. Let's go. I guess I shouldn't have played Island yet. Thoughtcast. Huh. Still think I'm just waiting. Yeah. We're chilling. Not gonna make tokens. 1 point of damage is not worth it. Snag. Get out of here, dude. Land. Okay. This is kind of a window that they can null rod. We do have a force, but... Alright, they have nothing. Nope. Brief, pitching, reanimate. Sure. It's a fake out. They have something. Do not have nothing. Put the thought cast, okay. Three, 5. If I play Ottawara, I'll have Hardcast Force and Pyroblast. Yeah, let's do that. So I have lethal. No. Casual, lethal. Okay. Got him. Let's get him again. You don't play Commander, but man, your board state reminds me of more than a few Commander games. Yeah. No, I said I played it when the format first came out. And I played a few games. I made a video with Bosch and Bryant and Thraben U. But I haven't really played it in years outside of like that Dono deck league. Alright, getting griefed. Excuse me. Take the Monolith land. No reanimate. That's not bad. Play the worst land. We have to use this. Just don't think waiting around with that bauble is going to get there with Thought Monitor. Probably not going to be enough to cast Thought Monitor, and then by the time we can, they're going to have a Bowmaster. Just trying to find an Opal so that we can cast Fire. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, nothing. Okay. You doke. About this one. They force, I'm forcing back. Did not. Snuff out. Can't Fatal Push without a fetch, and they missed the land drop. Guess Grief does it too. Right. This land. Alright, that's a Bowmaster. I think we play Opal here. Bauble. Doom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. Really play around days here. We Thought Monitor, then they Bowmaster, and then we fire it, and then we get dazed, we get blown out. 2, 4, 5. Hardcast Force of Will. Loses to daze. We're supposed to just... God, that seems loose. I guess we could just force both instead. Seems kind of bad though. Wow, just nothing. Okay, now they're waiting for it to get. Yeah. Not much else that this force is going to be doing. I hope they don't have a force back. They do. Not the end of the world, but not good, obviously. Emry. Okay. Oh no, they have this wasteland. What about that? Okay. Well, we're in a bit of trouble. Kind of hoping they wasteland us. But they probably won't. This 3 come in. Draw. Come on, man. Wastelanded. Jack, because we can untap it with key. You may not see it. Happens quite often. On attack. Yes. Love it. Love it. Did we get him? Oh yeah, baby. It's free. Sweet, sweet freedom. Right, they wasteland us. Maybe it was a trick. So I used my bauble and then get punished. No. It'd be a pretty bad trick. Yeah. We could just draw a ring. I don't think we've drawn like any rings past our opener, like when we're ripping off the top. Except when we need mana. Oh, what are you doing? What's going on? Not gonna Wasteland Saga? What is happening? Okay. Tide. Going down to 1 card. We are very much favored in this position. Let's land on top. Now, could we just draw nothing? Sure. Absolutely. There are just so many good things we could draw here. Even just like a Pyroblast. Okay. Yep. Probably gonna do her. Go. This. 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 Petal. You. Okay. Three. Jeez. Okay. We know they're drawing Wasteland though, so unless their last card is Bowmasters, which it just isn't. Like, they would have cast it last turn if it was. just no way that it's Bowmasters. Oh my god. And if it is, you can respond by drawing a lot of cards. Okay, that's game. Untap this ring. Five. Pyroblast is very good. Let's go. Engine. Force negation. Rest down. Don't really care, but it's their last card. So I don't mind just winning. Let's just win. What's that? Let's just win the game. On the spot. That's how we do it. There is a Grim Monolith. Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Let's draw a 7. There's one. Play it. Tap. Tap. Reservoir. Actually, it just doesn't even matter. We don't need to be tapping these. Gain the life and zap them. Get them with the zaps. Yeah. All right. We're 3-1. See you in the final round.
You're still watching. Make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us.
Oh, I'm muted. Sorry. So, final round against Melody 5233. We won the die roll. We've opened up a reasonable hand. I will keep. I mean, could be anything, right? But couple lands, one ring, acceleration. Take it. Opie's also on 7. Let's see what they're up to. Oh, Gary Grave Troll. Okay, little dredge action. We don't need to use these anymore. Just yet. Alright. That means even just the colored card gives us the one ring. Hopefully we don't get Cabal Therapied. We are not yet. Concrete Imp and Troll pass. I like it. I like it. They do play Force of Will. Island. Narcomoeba, okay. Alright. Protection. Okay. We are in there with a protected one ring. I'd rather have Emry. We don't have to use force. Are we in? We're in there. All right, we're kind of low on resources, so this ring doesn't necessarily mean we win, but it's pretty darn close. Pitch the Narcomoeba. Got a Narcomoeba. Have spell. Island and 3 unknowns. Feels good. 2. Spellbomb is interesting. Let's play a land. Opal. Play 1 ring. I'm gonna keep the old one. And play Spellbomb. Pretty good. Right. Dredge a bunch. Play Gaze. What's Ogek. Thug. 1 card on top. Okay. Probably like a Brainstorm. Brainstorm is so good in this deck. I can't believe it's taken this long for someone to solve Brainstorm in a Dredge deck. This is one of the coolest decks in the format, in my opinion. And it's good. Like, very good. What's going on here, Melody? Hello. Let's talk more about the list. So, what's nice is that we've been able to come down to 14 lands. For a while, we were kind of struggling with mana and tempo. And it's because we were forcing, like, having enough blue cards and playing a bunch of Seagate Restoration instead of just playing Seed of the Synod. Like, sure, it was attractive to have a bunch of non-artifact blue sources and cards that pitch the Force of Will and the modality of being able to cast the card Seagate for action. But the inconsistency of not having, like, just artifact lands are just so good for Thoughtcast, for Opal, Constructs, not taking 3 damage when you put your land into play. It was tough to make that decision, but that's eventually where we landed. I mean, naturally, and unsurprisingly, we kind of whirled back around to a shell that is very close to what just a typical 8-cast shell is. Difference being we are forced to run a few more artifacts like Monolith and Keys, so we don't have as high a blue count, but on average we draw a lot more cards. All right, let's draw. Nice. Less lands mean more powerful draws in spots like this, right? Cast. Oh, babe. So we can go 1 ring. Keep the old. Let's put a Monolith in there without paying life. I like that. Keep on chaining rings. We have not hit a PO yet, but once we do, we're just going to win on the spot. Provided they don't find a Force of Will. Careful study. I feel like if we had been more careful in paying attention to how they've been drawing and whatnot, we could figure out if they even possibly had a Force of Will. I feel like they don't, because they didn't in the beginning, and then they've been basically dredging since. I think they have taken a draw, though. I think this turn they took a draw, but there's 3 Force of Wills accounted for. They can't discard us. We have yet another ring. They have days in their main deck. Target themselves with this one. This is all fine. We're still in 2 POs, or are we on more now? 3. Yep. I went down 1 Emry to 3 and up to 3 PO. Not to be confused with 3 CPO. Alright, Hogak is in. Yeah, the list should be in the description. If you want a quick flash of it, this is it. On Emry, low land count, 8 bauble, 3 PO, 3 Emry. Alright, this opponent, okay. Here we go. They don't have any sort of like combo kill. Maybe they should run a Thassa's Oracle. All 4 rings have been accounted for. Okay. Take 3, draw 4. Oh, baby. Thought monitor, 2. Go. Aetherflux. Monolith. Grim Monolith. I already have this in play, so I might as well just Emry. Not. Saga. Tap. 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 Taparoo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Moto. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Leave the 1 ring. Good to me. Boink. Draw 9. No big deal. No biggie. Go this, like this. Go engine. Pedal. Reservoir. You know, I could draw cards, but whatever, right? Just whatever. Tap these for no reason. Look at that. All right, we got him. Zap. Reg, huh? I want these. Put this into play, just named Bazaar. Bazaar Baghdad, just in case. No, but they have, what's that blue land? In sack to draw 3. I don't know if it's worth it, though. I don't know how many this build is playing. See anything else that this stops? I'm here. I have an Otawara. Could play a second. I don't know if that's necessary. I definitely want Pyroblast. Do I want some amount of Force negation? Reasonable question. I don't think so. Alright, so Spellbomb is not exactly necessary. Repeal. Repeal. I'm trying to think of awkward permanents that we could be worried about. I've never really seen one out of this deck. Yes, if they wind up playing Leyline of Sanctity, I would only have one thing to mess with it. Maybe I just play 2 Otawara out of the island and just cut repeal. 2 cut. Bobble. Still want force. Bobbles. I'm gonna keep this. We have a force, and if we draw Petal or Opal, then we're going turn 1 ring with backup. Draw any mana source at all, we're gonna have a turn 2 ring with backup. Definitely into that. Days could be a problem though. Did mulligan. Bubble's fine. Should be able to find us more mana. Log in. And a brainstorm. I feel like that's poor use of this card for this deck. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Emry, alright. I guess I'll let this go. You could force it, but all it takes is a daze and you're just in the dirt. Only take 1 card, drawing into 2 more. Probably priced into taking the 1 ring. We just have like a not so bad PO. The Force. Interesting. Oh, come on, man. Really? All right. You got me. Yeah, it's good enough. I'm off it. We have outs, but really unlikely that we're going to run into them in time. Okay. They have Null Rod. Which means play Otawara. Heal. Haven Form Island. And we can cut. Romox. Monitor. Yo. One of these Emrys. Well, that sucks that we have to deal with Null Rod. Ooh. One of those turn 1 PO hands. Hold to 6. Hold to 5. Hold to 4. Wow. They mold to 3. 2. Is that how this is gonna end? I mean, the funny part is they can have like reasonable hands at 2 cards, right? All it takes is a careful study. Or at least they're slow dredging. And I think we do just draw 3 here. See much reason not to. Pretty good. Play these out. It doesn't matter. Alright, they have land and a Cabal Therapy. I'm forcing because they're definitely going to be naming the One Ring. Let's bobble. Where's the Will on top? Don't care about that. That means they cannot cast the Null Rod next turn, even if they have one. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Monolith. Saga. Ring. Draw. Oh. We'll just pass. Can't discard us. They got nothing. Gaze. Okay. Alright. One way to do something. You have an active ring. Ooh, no dredgers. Probably scoop at this point, right? Wow. OP is brave. Right, little PO action. 3 artifacts. Let's go. Monolith. Let's draw 2. Opal. PO. 1, 2, 3. all the way. Doom. Monolith. Monolith. Engine. Mobile. Blue. Tap these. Go. Reservoir. In. One ring. Yeah, they're just dead. They are dead. So nice little 4-1 there. Let's make it official. I always forgot to do the last one. All right. Okay, so what? 16-1. So now the list is 20-2, which is obviously spectacular. It's been nothing but 5-0s and 4-1s. And a 2-0. It was so I was 1-0. I was playing a match. It was against Tempo. I was up a game. I was in game 2. Opponent had a Bowmaster in play. Lethal next turn, but no cards in hand. And I had a engine, ring, multiple castables. I could draw my deck. And had a Raven form, kick it off. And just misclicked and clicked on the Orc army. And then I lost game 3. And then I dropped the league. So I'm counting that as a win. Too bad, I'm counting it. That's why the number is kind of awkward. But obviously, at this point, this deck is feeling extremely powerful. Just extremely powerful. I'd say like the only weakness really is having a lower blue count. I don't think there's anything that we can do about that improves the deck. And again, we draw so many cards that it kind of supplements that. It hurts mostly in your openers, right? Having an opener that has force but no blue card, or the blue card that you need, that sort of thing. But as long as you can get through a turn or two, you draw a bunch of cards, you tend to draw the blue cards that you need. And we are explosive enough. We saw a couple times where like you can just turn 1, turn 2, you can have very explosive plays that your opponent has to respect. So a lot of times it's not really about just like holding up Force of Wills or accumulating Force of Wills. We are oftentimes the boogeyman, and they need to stop us. At the same time, we have a lot of controlling factors. I mean, just Force of Wills and Sagas with utility cards like Spellbomb, Repeal, gaining life with Reservoir, and access to a pretty robust sideboard. And then just being able to play the whole 8 forces and surgical thing is really powerful. I think Otawara, this is the latest thing that we did. Because I was finding that the only times we were losing against Tempo or any blue decks really, or even just most often losing, was against null rod effects, and only having one non-artifact blue source was just, plus Otawara, I guess, was just not enough. And so just adding Otawaras is perfect because it itself is a non-artifact blue source, and typically the issue with a legendary land is drawing it in multiples, but you actively want to draw multiple Otawaras in the matchups that you want it, so it's really helped us in that regard. And most of those matchups are wasteland matchups as well, so you're just happy to bring in extra lands. So I don't know, list is quite tuned at this point. I would imagine this is along the lines, if not what I'm going to be playing at Eternal Weekend. So hope you enjoyed watching it tonight. We certainly, I don't want to say breeze through, because you do have to work for it. You got to get the reps in with this deck. It's easy to make mistakes. The first month, or for a while playing this deck, just most of my losses were, or at least a large portion of my losses were preventable, which is a really good place to be with a deck, right? So now I've gotten the reps in, we're just winning a lot more, and the deck is tuned. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed tonight. I do want to thank our sponsors, Moxfield and Card Hoarder. And if you really enjoyed tonight, and you want more, obviously, check out the YouTube place that you're at right now, the Epic Storm. They got plenty of content. Check out their live section. You can see our past videos. You can check out Jordan on Thursday night. He'll be doing the same. But if you're enjoying me specifically, well, you're in luck. I will be streaming tomorrow morning around 11 a.m. Eastern for a few hours, as well as Thursday morning. I'll be streaming PO, and I too have a YouTube of my own, as well as, of course, Twitch. I'll be streaming on tomorrow morning, actually. And I do have a Patreon, and actually just started a podcast called Brews of Paradise that is myself, Killaby, Arkin, and Punishing Waterfalls with kind of a rotating cast. First episode did drop last week, and we already recorded episode 2, so check that out. It should be on all the major platforms, certainly Spotify. I have it out there on Spotify, and through Spotify for podcasters, there's like 7 or 8 other platforms that it's out on. So go check it out. Jordan says make sure to vote on the poll on Thursday morning to have a say in what you want to see for his stream. Unlike our stream here with Jordan's, it's a little bit different of a dynamic where you get to vote. So check that out on YouTube. Put your say in and check him out on Thursday. Yeah, that's it. Hope you had a good time tonight. I know I did. Love Mono Blue. I've been eating, sleeping, breathing PO. So it was a pleasure to be able to play this tonight. So I hope to catch y'all tomorrow morning over on my Twitch at TonyScapone. And have a great night. See y'all tomorrow. Didn't end the recording. I was trying to test the it's supposed to automatically end. The end.